The Heart's Garden, based on a poem by Rumi. Once upon a time, on a far-away planet, there was a dark and frozen land. Many centuries before, a long shadow had fallen over this land, and since then, the whole place had become colder and colder, until it had entered into a deep freeze, and so had come to be known as the land of winter. In the land of winter, the nights were very long, and the sun rarely shone. The people of this land preferred to stay in place as much as possible. It was difficult to walk or run or jump in the cold and the dark. It took too much energy. They had also devised for themselves special coats to wear to cope with the cold. But these coats were thick and bulky and made it even more difficult to move around. In the land of winter, the ground had become frozen and hard, and so all the plants had withered. Nothing would grow there but a few stubborn weeds. The winter people had gotten used to staring at nothing but vast expanses of snow and ice. But one day, during the few minutes of daylight, the winter people noticed a young girl passing by, carrying something colorful and wild-looking. She seemed very excited and was moving at an unusually fast pace. The winter people came out of their houses and struggled to catch up with the young girl. They stared with curiosity at the wild thing in her hand. "What's that you're carrying?" they asked. "A flower," she replied. The winter people had never seen any flowers, but some had read about them in books. They gathered around the girl, curious and excited. "Where did you get this flower?" they asked. "This flower comes from the Heart's Garden," said the young girl, "a place where winter does not rule." "Impossible," said the winter people.
"Winter rules everywhere, for as far as the eye can see."
"Yes," said the little girl, "but this garden exists beyond where the eyes can see. I know because I have been there." The winter people were very intrigued.
"Can you please take us to this mysterious garden?"
they asked.
"Or at least tell us how we can get there?"
"The Heart's Garden is in a city called the City of Love," replied the girl. "But I can't take you there. You have to seek it and find it for yourself." And so it was that some of the winter people packed their bags and set off on a journey to find the City of Love. At first, they simply wandered about, not knowing where to look and feeling lost. But they did not give up, and soon they began to hear a soft, gentle, and deeply familiar sound. The sound of a flowing water. This beautiful sound became their guide. They followed it, and as it grew louder, they knew they were getting closer, until they could see in the distance a strange and marvelous city built on the water. As they came closer, they found the city's gate and saw that above the gate there was something written: "Allow, flow, embrace with love." The winner people had brought many bags with them from their land. In the bags were some of their most precious belongings, reminders of their past, and plans for their future. Now they saw that their bags were too large to fit through the city's gates. Many of them were not willing to let go of their bags. And so they stayed outside and eventually headed back to the land of winter, disappointed. But a few others decided to put down their bags and they were able to pass through the gates. As they entered the city of love, they noticed that the city was constantly changing. Nothing seemed fixed or permanent. Everything was always shifting shape, turning into something new and more beautiful. There were colorful buildings and roads, but there weren't many angles or corners. Everything seemed to be rounded and curved. Everyone in the city looked happy and moved as if they were weightless. Nobody was telling anyone else what to do, yet everything was quite orderly and peaceful. For a while, the winner people took in the sights and sounds of this marvelous city. Then they remembered why they had come here. So they asked a young boy about the garden where flowers grew. Laughed the boy. You seek the heart's garden. There is only one way to get there. You must fly.
Fly?
Said the winner people.
But we are humans. We don't know how to fly.
Of course you do, said the boy. You just have to lighten up. Once you become light enough, you'll find your wings. Perhaps you need to take off those heavy coats that you're wearing. Some of the winner people did not want to let go of their coats. They thought to themselves,
Of all the things we brought with us from the land of winter, these coats are all we have left. If we let go of these, we might forget who we are.
Few others decided to take off the heavy coats and found that underneath they each had a pair of golden wings. One by one, as they began to flutter their wings, they rose up into the air and flew straight to the heart's garden, as though they had known where it was all along. The heart's garden was even more beautiful than they had imagined, full of the most fantastic sights, sounds, and scents. Flowers and trees grew everywhere, in colors and shapes that no one had ever seen. An otherworldly sun shone unconditionally upon every inch of the garden with the brightest, warmest, yet gentlest light. Water sprang out of the ground and became a river. The same river that the city had been built upon. Each of the winner people approached the water source, drank a mouthful, and quickly felt the most intense joy. Like they were completely one with everything in the universe, from the rocks to the grass to the birds and their eggs, from the fish to the water to the sun that shone above. As they drank more of this water, they felt more and more alive. They began to discover their own immense power. And one by one they vowed to return home and work together to bring life, light, and prosperity back to the land of winter.